personal anecdotal experience. And then I'll talk about my view of pharmacy and the industry from the vantage point of a vice chancellor. You know, I'm a finance-trained business professor, so I really don't know much about pharmacy, but I can talk about few things that we can expect from the industry as a citizen. Starting off on a personal note and on a lighter note, I have two kids, a son and a daughter, and I was sharing that with Mrs. Sharmin Mushed. So at that time, he's too young. Our conversation is limited to becoming a big soccer star or a baseball player. So one fine morning, my son tells me, "Hey, Daddy, I want to be a pharmacist." And I was like surprised. Where in the world are you coming from? I mean, we never talk about any profession so far. We talked about being an athlete, being a soccer star, and all that. So where in the world are you coming from? Then he goes. So I said, "Why are you saying that? Why pharmacy all of a sudden?" "Daddy, I've been observing. They stay in a restricted, enclosed area. Most of the time, there's no traffic. They put some pills here and there, and they make decent money. So I want to be a pharmacist." So that's about that. The second part about pharmacy is back in 2007, I was holding a role of equivalent to a pro-vice chancellor in Bangladesh. And one of the first tasks that came to me was to establish a pharmacy school. And remember, I'm a business professor. So I had to go through the whole 9 years, getting the stakeholders involved, getting the regulatory bodies involved, getting the pharmaceutical industry stakeholders involved, the pharmaceutical companies involved. And over there, you have to appoint a dean of the pharmacy 1 year ahead of starting of the academic program. So my job was limited up to picking up the dean for the school. But all the base work, trying to integrate the stakeholders, getting the agenda moving, and finally getting it to the accrediting body. So I have that kind of exposure to pharmacy, not the subject matter. So that's my second anecdotal experience that I wanted to share with you. On a serious note, I wanted to thank the Department of Pharmacy and the Pharma Club for organizing this important conference. And as this is very timely in Bangladesh because the sector is poised for growth. If you think about, and we all know about Vision 2041, right? We are supposedly transiting into a different level, and it comes with some pain. And what are the affluent Bangladesh we currently live in? What are the main sources of income? One is garments/textile, and the other one is remittance, right? And if you look at the history of the garments, and I know there are respected business people from that industry, but if you look at the history of that industry or sector, it flows. It moved from coast to coast. It reached Bangladesh about 2 decades ago, but this is not a permanent home for that sector. Don't be surprised if it moves away. So we need to diversify. So when you look at who are the different players, it doesn't take rocket science to understand the next candidate is the pharmaceutical industry sector. And we have done a lot in that sector. Right now, so far I understand, it's about 270 billion taka annual business. It's poised for a threefold growth. So far I understand, it's poised for a 1 trillion taka total growth. That's a huge market. That's a huge market. Given the growth of the anticipated growth of the market, and given our aspirations to become a developed country, we need to pay detailed attention to the growth of this sector, nurture it, and make sure we can go that route, which will make us equally proud as the garments and textile sectors make us today. Now, when you are talking about this Vision 2041 and getting the sector going forward, there has to be some collaborations. We need to have research collaborations. As my previous speaker rightly pointed out, we have the privilege, distinct privilege of housing a lab that's ISO certified. We need to make use of that lab. So when I am a big believer of industry-academia collaboration. I'm a big preacher of it. If you could please keep it down. Please keep it down. Thank you. When it comes to industry-academia collaboration, it can be multiple prong. It cannot be one or two prong. One would be R&D collaboration, which we are all referring to about the plasma lab, which can be a platform to do work on a national and international level. I was not aware of it. This is the first of a kind in Asia also. So we have a legacy, and we need to work on it. And we also need to get our academic people involved in their research, not necessarily only focused on new drugs. It could be the different implications and the pitfalls of graduating to a developed status and the subsidies that they will go away. How do we analyze the market impact of those changes in policies? Because we need to be ready for the good times and equally and importantly for the bad times as well. So it could be pure scientific research or it could be impact-based research. Then the industry people can help us with the curriculum, revamping the curriculum in curricular mapping. That's the part I am aware of from my role as a business professor when I was going to found the pharmacy school. So you can help us in our curriculum. And you can also do student internship programs. I would urge the different industry leaders to think this way, that there are many ways you can help academia or you can combine forces for the common good. One is joint research. It could be R&D, scientific as well as economic research. And it can also help us updating our curriculum so that our graduates can stay competitive and meet your need in the industry locally as well as globally. Today's world is a global world, so we would like to train our students for the global world. So you can help us out tremendously in ironing out the finer details of our curriculum. And please, please do consider employing our students as an intern at your pharmaceutical companies, because that's the best way people can get hands-on experience, which will have a tremendous impact on their future career growth. With that note, I didn't want to talk much about pharmacy because there are a lot of experts out here. I would rather save the time for them. I just wanted to give my 2 cents as Vice Chancellor as to what I am looking, what I'm concerned about, and what I'm expecting. Thank you all so much. Joy Bangla.
Thank you very much, sir, for your address and emphasizing on the importance of Academia-Industry Alliance. I now welcome our honorable special guest, Major General Muhammad Yusuf, Directorate General of Drug Administration, to the podium for his address. But before he starts, can we have a round of applause for him, please? Because I know he came here today from a very, very busy schedule. So thank you for being here with us, sir.
Respected Chair of this session, Vice Chancellor of IUB, Mr. Hassan, respected Chair of the Trustee Board, Mr. Abdul Hai Sarkar, and Professor Niaz, Ms. Sharmin Murshid, and Professor Hannan, and Mr. Amur Koyam, my dear audience, Assalamu alaikum and good morning. I am very excited to be part of this international conference on drug discovery and development and Pharma Fest 2022, organized by the Department of the Pharmacy, School of Pharmacy and Public Health, Independent University, Bangladesh. I thank them, the conference committee, for inviting me in such a conference. You know, I am now working as a Director General, Drug Administration. Our duty is to ensure public health by safe, efficacious medicine. As you know, Bangladesh is now almost self-sufficient in medicine. About 40 years back, we have to import 45% of our medicine from outside. Now we are producing 98% of medicine, and we are also exporting in 157 countries. And in this COVID period, we provide a special use authorization for very new molecule like remdesivir, This product we introduced earlier than our great neighbor India, and we exported them in about 100 countries during COVID period. So it was a great success story for pharma industry of the Bangladesh. But we have some lacking, as I have discussed with Professor Nias, that we have to import active pharmaceutical ingredients from our neighboring countries. About 90 to 95% of our API should be imported because we cannot produce it. So, as you know, Bangladesh is going to be a LDC country, and after 2026, we will not get these TRIPS waiver, and we have to give the royalty and patentship this product. So the price will be increased. So what to do? This is you, the young generation of Bangladesh, who are related to the pharma sector, to work in this sector. And it is your duty to be well equipped with the knowledge in synthetic chemistry. And we have already requested the University Grant Commission to include synthetic chemistry in our related subject like chemistry, applied chemistry, biochemistry, along with pharmacy, biomedical engineering, and other subject, so that we can get sufficient technical person. In one study, we have seen that about 2,000 technical expert person needed in 2026 to fulfill the gap of API. The Bangladesh government had given a large land in Gajaria, which is known as API Park, and here our pharmaceutical industries are given land, and they are establishing the API, but we have no research on this, and we need more and more technical person. As you know, we are lacking in this education also. In India, we know there is 7 NIPER, National Institute for Pharmaceutical Education and Research. In their different places, there are 7 NIPER, but they are related with this subject, as we said, and this is a great platform for teaching the pharmaceutical and drug discovery and innovation also. As you know, the market is now flooded with the small molecule, but in future, the market is going to be the large molecule. The biologics, biosimilar, vaccines, like this. So, these are the product you have to produce in our country to get your man at low price medicine. As you know, our country is producing the most affordable price medicine, and that's why we're exporting it. But in future, we will not be able to do it, and we have to make our own API, and also the large molecule. The future is the market of the large molecule. The blockbuster, the molecule that are coming, these are the large molecule. At present, the market leader are the large molecule, not the small molecule. So you have to work on it. And I hope this Pharma Expo will encourage our young generation to equip with the appropriate knowledge to fight with this problem and to bring success for the country. Now I am really looking forward to find out what lies in this grand event of the year. I have already known that more than 150 papers are submitted from the different universities of the world, and 50 universities are joining. And you know, to make success, you need the close cooperation between academician, industry, researcher, and medical profession. So this is a unique opportunity to enrich your knowledge by this paper, and I hope only to the perseverance, dedication,